Hello, I'm Stacy. Welcome back to my channel. Today, I just wanted to sit down and work on a self-love spread in my journal. Nothing fancy, nothing deep, but I wanted to purposely sit down and just connect with myself. And for me, I do that by being creative. So this spread that I'm working on today, I'm using the Black Girl Magic sticker book, and I'm really just, you know, finding the vibe that fits me, that fits my goals, that fits, where I'm going, what I'm attracting into my life. Now, if you're new to journaling, or even if you've been journaling for a while, or you may feel stuck, this kind of page is a good place to start. Just really sitting down, connecting with yourself, and doing something that just feels right, that just feels grounding. Now, I think a lot of people feel a lot of pressure when it comes to opening a new journal. They don't know what to write all the time. And that first page, it can look so big to somebody who hasn't or who doesn't have any experience with this. And to be honest with y'all, that pressure will stop when you just get started. So this is what I wanted to come to you today to, suggest or maybe to challenge you to start your own journaling process because it has helped me in so many ways. I think it'll help you too. But one of the biggest things I hear from people who are new to journaling is, I don't know what to write, or I think I'll mess it up. And it makes a lot of sense. It really does. Because blank pages, sometimes they can be really, really loud, and sometimes they can feel intimidating, especially if you already got a lot going on in your head, but you don't know how to put it down on paper. Because a lot of us, we carry these thoughts, these emotions, these responsibilities, just these stressors. And then when we finally sit down to write our thoughts out, into our journal, we just kind of have this fog, this brain freeze. And I don't think it's because you don't have anything to say. I really think it's because you have so much to say. As women, we have a lot of things going on, so it's kind of hard to kind of just sit down and say, well, hey, what do I want to focus on today? So this is why I decided to just sit down today and create this spread, because I didn't know what I wanted to say. I didn't know what mode I was in, but I did know that I wanted to create something special that I could come back to later and fill it in. No, this ain't about fixing everything right now. This ain't about unpacking everything right now. This is just about creating a space that feels supportive, and that feels safe for me. And this is how I do it. But I think sometimes, self love gets misunderstood a lot. People think it's got a lot to do with affirmations that you don't even believe for real, or that it just feels cheesy, or it feels forced, or it just don't feel like you. But for me, when it comes to self love and my whole journaling process, it can be really simple. It can look like reminders, or it can look like, boundaries that I am setting with people or with situations. It can even look like, what? I need to take a moment for myself today, and I'm just going to chill. I'm just going to rest. That's okay too. All of this for me is self love and pouring into myself. And so I wanted to create these pages in February, or these pages for February, because February isn't here yet. But I wanted to create these pages in my February journey, just so I can come back to it, so that I can create something that feels good to me, pages that speak to me on the inside, even on the days where I'm not feeling my best, I'm not doing my best, I don't feel my most beautiful, but I've created these spreads to bring that energy in. And that's what journaling is all about to me. It's not about pretending that everything is perfect. It's more so about creating a space that feels perfect to me, especially for somebody that's new to journaling. I mean, I already know that when you start journaling, you've got something to come back to. You don't really have to think about it. You don't really have to perform, but you got to get started. And that's the thing when you're very, very, very new or brand new to journaling, you don't know where to start. You don't know, what to put down. You don't know how to create spreads. And me personally, I say just put that hand to paper and just get those thoughts out there. Later on, you may decide, what, I want to add a sticker here, or I want to add some washi tape here, because these are things that you don't have to start off doing. You don't have to start off creating spreads. You can start off by simply writing in your notebook, or writing on your loose leaf paper, or writing on printer paper if that's all that you have handy. Just make sure that you write something. But the biggest thing that I want people to know, that when it comes to journaling, it don't have to be deep every day. Matter of fact, you don't even have to write something every day. Some days I sit and I just process. I process what's been going on. I process how I've been feeling. I process how I've been showing up for me. And guess what? All of that matters. All of it matters at the end of the day, because I'm here journaling to get my thoughts out. I'm here journaling to plan my days. I'm here journaling to vent and kind of put my emotions on paper. And some days that may look like putting one little sentence, and another day it may look like, a whole big old elaborate spread. And the next day it may look like simply adding washi tape only. It just go with your mood and how you feel. So don't let TikTok make you feel like your journal spreads got to be so aesthetic that they've got to look a certain kind of way. Man, listen, if your spreads are not looking like them spreads that's all elaborate and color coded, and they got all these different sections and these well, what do you call it? We've got all these different sections and all these different things that make these journaling pages look so elaborate. If you can't do that, don't make that let you feel. Don't let that make you feel like you're not doing a good job. Don't let that make you feel like you're doing something wrong. Oh my God, y'all, I was just having a tongue twister right there. But, I want you to lower your barriers and just decide that this is something you just going to show up to, even when even when you don't feel like it, even when you may only have 5 minutes, 2 minutes, just show up for yourself when you feel like it. Don't feel like it's something that you've got to do when somebody else says, or because somebody else does. Because, I journal daily. That's just a goal that I've set for myself, and I've been sticking with it for about a year now, and I'm so proud of myself for that. But journaling every day, it may be a bit much for you. So do what works for you. And guess what? You don't have to completely fill a whole page to feel like you've gotten your point across, to feel like you've put your emotions out there. One line will do it. As a matter of fact, I got a spread that I titled One Line a Day, where I simply just write one thought down and then I move on. So if that's something that will work for you, do that. You don't have to complete a whole spread. You don't have to fill up a whole day of thoughts and emotions and feelings and boundaries and plans. You don't have to do that. Just do what works for you. But if you are new to journaling and you are watching this video, I really want you to hear me. You don't need the perfect setup. You don't need to know what you're doing. And you don't need to journal every single day. You really just need a place to get started. And starting with a page that feels gentle, that feels like pouring self love into yourself, this can be the biggest difference. It gives your journal a tone. It tells your brain, hey, listen, it's safe for me to do this. This is my safe place. Your journal doesn't have to look like everyone else's. It does not have to be aesthetic. It does not have to be deep. It just needs to support you in the things that you are working towards. That's it. No more, no less. But y'all, this is the spread that I've been working on. Listen, I haven't really focused too much on it because I wanted to really motivate you guys to just simply getting started. Just start somewhere. Just start where you are right now. If only you can find a piece of scrap paper, hey, that's okay. Start right there. You don't have to have all of this extra stuff to get started. Now, I'm not gonna lie, the extra stuff, it looks good. It really does. When you put it all together, it looks real good. But you don't have to have that, because journaling, is not necessarily about the look. It's about the feel. It's about the fact of that it gives you a space to kind of release and put your thoughts down, to gather your thoughts, to connect with yourself. That's more so what journaling is for me. And I invite you, if you're new and you're wanting to get started, you don't know how to start, I invite you to look at some of my videos, check out some of the spreads that I have done, and see, can you recreate these spreads, see how you can make these spreads yours, and if there's anything that I can answer for you. If you have a question about getting started, maybe you need a prompt or some prompts, or you need some layout ideas, whatever the case may be, feel free to reach out, because I'm here to help. I know that everybody is not experienced in journaling, and I know that a lot of people want to get started, but again, they just don't know how to get started. So I suggest that you start right where you are. Start with what you have, and you may not have a marker, you may not have color pencils, you may not even have uh, pens, you may only have a pencil. So if you got that, just get started with what you have. But before I close out this video, I want to talk a little bit about the spread that I am doing. Y'all, this spread was so much fun because I am spending February pouring into myself. I wanted to make February all about me. Normally, February is the month of love where couples, kind of pour into each other. And yeah, that's all good and dandy, but I wanted to make sure that I'm pouring into me first, because how can I pour into someone else if I'm not first pouring into myself? So that's why I wanted to make February all about love, all about self love, all about self care, because that will be my focus. Y'all, look how amazing this spread turned out. I love it, love it, love it. And then it aligns so much with my own goals. I've got a guitar that I'm wanting to learn how to play. I don't even know how to play. So if any of y'all know, got some pointers, let me know. Also, I want to get more into photography. I've got a camera that I barely know how to use, but guess what? This year, some of my goals are focused on, my creative side. I want to get into my guitar. I want to get into photography. And I also want to dive deeper into this whole journaling thing. So I just think that this spread turned out so amazing. Y'all just look at it. That pink is so cute. It is so cute. And I think that I did my thing, especially when it comes to conveying the message of self-love, pouring into self. That's what this season is all about for me. So what y'all think? Look at there. That is so cute. I want to thank y'all for tuning in. If you haven't already subscribed to the channel, please subscribe to the channel. Like, comment, and share. And don't forget, use this time to pour into you. If you're ready to get started journaling, now is the perfect time. Just start where you are.